Now we have some more terms to define. So the next is exhaustive events. Exhaustive events. Now, a set of events, a collection of events, say E1, E2, etc., En, E1, E2, etc., En, this collection of events is said to be exhaustive if their union equal to the sample space. That is, if this E1 union, E2 union, etc. union En is equal to S, E1 union, E2 union, etc. union En is equal to S, then the collection of events E1, E2, E3, etc. En is said to form exhaustive events, or these events are said to be exhaustive. That is the definition. So we can have certain examples. So first consider the tossing of two coins. Then the sample space consists of head head, head tail, tail head, and tail tail. Tossing of two coins. Sample space head head, head tail, tail head, and tail tail. And suppose E1 be the event, at least one head. At least one head. Then this E1 consists of head head, head tail, and tail head. And let E2 be the event at least one tail. At least one tail. Then E2 is equal to this head tail, tail head, tail tail. At least one tail. And now consider this E1 and E2. This E1 union E2. E1 union E2 is clearly equal to S. E1 union E2 is equal to S. Therefore, this E1 and E2 are said to be exhaustive events. Exhaustive events. Now, another example. Consider the throwing of a die. Then S consists of S equal to this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6. And let E1 getting an odd number. So 1, 3, 5. And E2 getting even number. So 2, 4, 6. Then E1 and E2. Consider this E1 union E2. E1 union E2 is yes. And therefore this E1 and E2 are exhaustive events. E1 and E2 exhaustive events. And again, suppose this E3. A number less than 5. Then E3 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting number less than 5. So E3 is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now consider this E1 and E3. 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. They are union. Not equal to S. Therefore E1 and E3, these two events do not form exhaustive events, not exhaustive. And E2, E3, E2, E3, they are union, not equal to S, because 5 is missing. So this E2 and E3 do not form exhaustive. But E1, E2, E3 form exhaustive events, collection of exhaustive events. Even though this E1 and E2 alone form exhaustive events, then no harm it we include this E3 also together with that collection. Then again the collection E1, E2, E3 form exhaustive events. So that is the definition of exhaustive events. Okay? And now the next term is mutually exclusive and exhaustive events. Mutually exclusive and exhaustive. Mutually exclusive and exhaustive. Exhaustive events. Both mutually exclusive and exhaustive, that's all. So the definition is the collection of events E1, E2, E3, etc., En are said to be mutually exclusive and exhaustive if 1. This EI intersection EJ equal to phi for I not equal to j, and 2. The E1 union E2 union etc. union En is equal to the sample space. E1, E2, E3 etc. En are said to be exhaustive and mutually exclusive. If EA intersection EJ MG phi and their union E1 union E2 union etc. En is equal to S. This EA intersection EJ equal to phi means these events are pairwise disjoint, no common element for any pair. You take any pair from this E1 E2 or E1 E3 or E1 E4 or E2 E3 or E2 E4 or E2 En, any pair for I not equal to j, EA intersection EJ MG phi. No common for any pair. And their union, E1 union, E2 union, etc. union En is equal to S. Then the collection E1, E2, etc. En said to be mutually exclusive and exhaustive. The second condition makes it exhaustive. The first condition makes it mutually exclusive. So both mutually exclusive and exhaustive. Now for example, consider the throwing of a die. Then throwing of a die S equal to this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then E1 odd numbers 1, 3, 5. E1 odd numbers and E2 even numbers 2, 4, 6. Then E1 intersection E2 MD. E1 union E2 S. Therefore, this E1 and E2 are mutually exclusive and exhaustive. E1, E2 mutually exclusive and exhaustive. Okay? So, similarly we can have any number of examples for this mutually exclusive and exhaustive events. Okay? That's